Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leapin.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, we are out in Burnaby, which is about half an hour from downtown Vancouver. We're at a really great restaurant here in the Delta Hotel called Atlas Steak and Fish. It's actually located in the Granville Casino.
Yeah, great place to check out. We're going to come back here a number of times to check out some of the great food, some great cocktails, some great wine, and of course, this new thing I want to check out, this new Chef's Cocktail Hour.
Yeah, this is a really great deal.
That is. So stick with us. We'll come back here a number of times, but let's get right to
Our City Tonight.
This episode of Spirits Up is brought to you by Evolve Cellars and Time Winery.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, if you live downtown, chances are you've probably stopped by the second floor bar that's called BlackBird on Dunsmuir, right near Hornby and Burrard. And it's time for another segment with one of our favorite people, Christa Lee.
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Oh, you're here too.
So, Christa Lee, we have something really special, as we usually do, but this is extra special today. Can you share a little bit about the first wine we're drinking?
Absolutely. So the first one we have today, we're really excited about. It's our McWater Chardonnay, our 2014. And excited about the wine, but really thrilled because we actually just won a gold medal at the Chardonnay du Monde.
Very nice.
So this is the international competition for Chardonnays. So that's all that the competition is. So it's about the best in the world. And so we were honored and thrilled to win a gold medal, which is very exciting.
Wow, congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you.
And if you've been watching the show since we started, I was never a Chardonnay fan, but I have become one. And this is a different one. I love this. So let's try this.
Yeah, cheers. So a little bit different than the 13, which we had, which was bigger, bolder, a little more buttery. This still has some of that butterscotch characteristic, but a little more vanilla, a little more subtle flavors than the 13 was sort of bigger and bolder and really nicely integrated.
Now, I always ask you about food pairings. Are there different food pairings for this brand of Chardonnay compared to the other ones you've tried?
Yeah, I think this one, because it's a little bit leaner, it's got a little more acidity to it. It's actually a little more versatile because the acidity is what balances it when you pair with food, because you can have that rich dish and then the acidity will cut through some of that fatness or richness. So it's really more of a better balanced pairing. So.
Very nice. And food-wise?
Oh, this I think fantastic with sablefish, halibut, prawns, crab chips. Of course, I was going to say that as well, but you know how much I love potato chips and Chardonnay. So.
This is fantastic. I can see why it did so well. Now, we should be asking, as we always do, is this available? Can people find it on your website or is it in the store?
It's available on our website, VQA stores, and private liquor stores.
Very nice. Okay. Cheers.
Great.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
On the red carpet at the Leos, the 20th annual Leos at the Hyatt Regency. And the Leos all celebrate BC TV and film. And what a great way to celebrate all our great local talent. We are here at the Leos, the 20th annual Leos, and we have to talk to you. I mean, you were, again, all over TV, all over film.
I've been all over the Leos. I've been here since day one.
Oh.
I presented the first year.
Wow, okay.
So I wore a John Malkovich mask from the movie Being John Malkovich, and I talked about how I want to see the Canadian industry from American Star's point of view. And it was a lot of fun.
Well, you're here because you're nominated for
Yes,
Legion,
yeah.
and you've got that iconic role of Walter the Eye.
Yes.
But I'm afraid. Tell me why I'm afraid.
Well, you might be afraid because Walter, you don't know what's happened to Walter or the Eye. He may be gone and he may not.
So you're not telling us?
No.
Okay, well, we hope he's not gone because we want to see more of you, and we really wish you the best of luck today.
Well, thank you very much. And, Legion was an honor to do. Noah Hawley is an amazing producer, and doing that kind of different stuff, it's really very special.
We're good at it, and you're a musician, so you've got lots to fall back on.
Yes, yes. I'm writing music for a film, actually, right now, called Earthlickers. It's coming out. It's a wild, wild thing about 7 goddesses coming to Earth to restore love and the balance of the universe. And it's written by 2 gals, and it's wonderful.
Well, sounds good. You're always got your finger in some sort of great pie.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. Cheers.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, look who we caught up with on the red carpet. She's not one of the nominees, well, she should be, but she's one of the presenters. But she's got so much exciting things happening right now. Do share.
So I'm very happy to report that Siren was renewed for season 2, and they extended our order to 16 episodes, which is amazing. That's 6 more than the first season.
Wow, Scary Mermaids.
Scary Mermaids. And then I'm very happy to report that last night we had the premiere of Marrying Mr. Darcy on the Hallmark Channel, and we were trending at 3 o'clock, and it didn't air until 6, and then we beat the NHL playoffs before it even aired West Coast time.
Okay, that's crazy in a hockey country.
People love romance.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations. Always such, look at this beautiful girl. Make sure you get all
Thank you
of
so
that.
much. You look gorgeous yourself.
Okay, so thank you. I'm with acting royalty, actually. BC acting royalty for sure. You are.
I'm wearing my crown today.
You are a star. And so let us know what you have been working on and also what you're nominated for.
I'm working on a really exciting production. It's called a cinematic stage production called Full Light of Day with Kim Collier and Daniel Brooks and the Electric Theatre Company. And we've been workshopping it for about a year. We're going to continue workshopping it because it's extremely complex. It's a film script that's being adapted to stage. And I like to do both stage and film, so we're marrying the two, which is really exciting for me. Playing a woman in a dysfunctional family.
Oh, the last time I saw you, it was a very dysfunctional family film, Maudie, and you were just brilliant. I loved you in that.
Thank you so
what
much.
else are you currently working on? Because you're always busy.
I just finished filming a film with Camille Sullivan and Bruce Sweeney directing and wrote it. A beautiful script called Kingsway, and Camille plays my daughter, and which we've done before, but this is a more friendly relationship than the last one, which was The Birdwatcher.
Absolutely, another great film, and Camille's one of our lovely friends as well.
Yes, she's a fabulous actress, and we had a tremendous time working on this. It's funny, and I think people will love it.
Perfect. I'm so glad we got to talk to you today. Looking forward to seeing you win more awards.
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes. I have no expectations, and I'm here for the party, really.
Thanks, Gabrielle.
Okay, thanks so much.
Well, we're back here where we began the show at Atlas Steak and Fish, and with a good friend of mine, Alita's, and a fan of the show, Richard Goodine is here, buddy. We are happy to be back here. We were here in the wintertime, we're back here in the summer, and I want to talk to you about this really cool chef's cocktail hour you've got.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a program we decided to come up with that was a little bit different than the traditional happy hour. We thought, the chef's got his skills back there in the kitchen, the bartender has his. Why don't we weave them together, and when you come in and order a cocktail or one of our glasses of wine, chef's going to give you something that he's created that day that's going to be on the house.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I like too is that we've had some great food and wine. We're going to sample that later. But I just like the fact you said to Lita and I that I want to introduce a little beer here. Casual, we got some sliders here. Talk about what we've got food-wise here.
Well, we've got 3 different items here, and as I said, they'll change daily depending on the chef's inspiration. This is something that's inspired by a regular item on our menu. It's our charcuterie board. Seasonal fruits, seasonal cheeses, as much as possible, stuff that we've gone into seasonality. This is our prime rib sliders, which is a bit of a nod to the fact that we have a very successful prime rib Sunday night.
I like that, yes.
And then this one I'm excited to try is our chicken liver parfait. And this is a fun little item. It's called gnocco frito, and it's literally a pizza bread that's been fried. It's opened up in the middle, so it's got a little shell in there. Great with our tartare, but it's going to be a pretty exciting dish to try.
Okay, I'm going to sample that as I always do on the show, just to annoy Lita, and tell us about some of the cocktails you have made here.
Absolutely. Well, the one I didn't have to make is the Stella Artois, one of the beer here we have on tap. I wanted to showcase a beer because it's summer and because I wanted people to understand we're not just stuffy and expensive cocktails and wine. You can come down and sit at the bar and try one of James's signature items here. One of my favorite drinks of all time is a dirty martini. And the vodka that makes the best dirty martini is hands down the Kettle One.
Yeah, because you know your stuff and your spirits, so you've chosen Kettle One.
Yes.
You said, right, okay.
Yeah, it's got a richness to it that really offsets the acidity of those olives. And the thing about a martini that I always love is it's kind of like a salad and a beverage at the same time. So,
I've never heard it described that way.
And then we finish with one of the all-time great classics. It's a barrel-aged Negroni. We sell a lot of these. Negroni is really one of the all-time greats. And before you're having a meal with some of the great items we're going to try later. You know, a nice, strong New Orleans style cocktail is just what people want.
I like this. I tell you what, we're going to come back and move into the dining room when Lita joins us a little later in the show here from the Atlas Steak and Fish. Well, about a 15-minute sea bus ride from downtown Vancouver will lead you over to North Van and the cozy neighborhood known as Lonsdale Quay.
And right behind us is what they call the Shipyards District in Lower Lonsdale, which holds the North Van Night Market, which in fact runs all the way from May to the end of September every single Friday.
That's right, rain or shine. We're going to check it out right now.
So Greg, there's been quite a transformation down here in the Shipyards District, formerly known as just Lower Lonsdale. So give us an example of what's happened for this night market.
Geez, it's hard to keep pace. I mean, the night market began with 2 food trucks 7 years ago.
Wow.
And now we have approximately 40 food trucks, 40 artisan vendors, a massive beer garden serving 3 local craft brew.
Wow.
Bands playing that are all from the North Shore as well.
Oh, that's
and a
wonderful.
kids play area, so the entire family can join us. And the space is just expanding. Next year we'll have more space and more activation.
What's even better though is here in North Van, that's something that's for free, and you don't get that really anywhere in Vancouver.
Absolutely, and we want to keep the prices reasonable for families. So when you do go and buy some food or a beer, it's very reasonably priced. You can enjoy an entire night out here with the family. No more than you would if you went to your local restaurant in your neighborhood.
Perfect, perfect. And what a gorgeous view behind us. I know there's a little bit of appeal. You said behind us there's a lot of very expensive yachts pulling up.
There are. We have a $100 million yacht behind us just now, and it seems to be the spot that celebrities and the wealthy from around the world have discovered as well. Oh. And they dock their boats here, so it's kind of fun. It's, you know, there's not many night markets that you find with this spectacular view.
No,
and that's clearly the draw.
And also there's a lot of transformation culturally around the area. Speaking of the beautiful art gallery right beside us.
Oh my goodness, the city of North Vancouver showed such vision when they granted the space on the waterfront here for the beautiful Polygon Gallery. Just opened this year, fantastic exhibits, and it's already drawing quite the crowd and praise.
Excellent. Now, one other thing, you said that this used to be the historic shipyards area. Mm-hmm. What is your vision for it going into the future now?
Well, in the next couple of years, we're going to expand the space. We'll have new restaurants and hotels opening up here, but more importantly, we're going to have new community space. Wow. So we will have a wonderful ice rink, which the whole family can enjoy throughout the winter. Come down and skate for free. Bring your skates, come down, go for a hot chocolate at Joey's restaurant afterwards.
Wow.
So it will be the #1 gathering spot for the people of City of North Vancouver, and I suspect for much of Vancouver.
I think a lot of Vancouverites are sneaking in here too.
They are.
Thank you
and we're
so
inviting
much.
them all.
Thanks for making this great space available.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Greg, this is an area here that's been redone as well in the quay. It's empty right now, but what's going to be happening here in the summer?
So in the middle of August, we're going to take this Carrie Cates Pier and we're going to turn it into an outdoor lounge.
Yay.
You're going to have some couches
Nice.
spread around.
Oh, wonderful.
You'll have a gentleman pouring martinis, and you'll have a DJ and a band playing some music as the sun sets.
Very nice. Where is someone that would be pouring martinis now? Is that happening anywhere near here?
We could probably find somebody for you. I have a few friends down here. Not a problem, absolutely.
And so that's all of August?
And that's going to be one day in August.
One
It'll be
day
the
in
signature event for the entire North Shore, and we're just going to build it up into the signature event, Metro Vancouver one.
We should say, where can people find out more information?
So the event is called Shipped Waterfront Festival, and shippedfestival, all one word.com. All the information's there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we're back here at Atlas Steak and Fish here in Burnaby, and we've gone from the cocktail hour in the bar lounge to, well, some bigger food here, Richard, and we've invited my co-host, of course, Lita, to join us now.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
We upped the quality
We
here.
really did, didn't we?
Well, this is amazing, and we know that you're very well known for your food, but you're introducing kind of a new style to the restaurant.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's necessarily introducing as much as highlighting the fact that there's been some really strong trends in the Vancouver dining scene over the years where family style is a lot more important. It's a social way to eat. It's a fun way to eat, and it tends to be very popular.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, and you don't have to commit to one dish. I like that idea because then you can just nibble. You're sort of like being at home, but you got great food.
Which allows her to eat my food. But what actually do we have going on here now?
So we've got, a little bit of a sample of the types of things that people would have. We got some great cushy oysters to start the day, some beautiful grilled scallops. Tomahawk is one of our signature items. It's always on the menu, done in the Josper.
And we should say this isn't really enough for 4, I think. Would you say 3 to 4?
You know what? Unless you eat a lot more than I do, it would be enough for 4, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is a bit of a dish that Chef James came up with, and he wanted to celebrate the season. Halibut's in season, so this is a 24-ounce halibut steak. Done obviously very much to be shared and part of the family style experience. And you finish it off with some asparagus and maybe a little cheat on the Parmesan truffle fries.
Oh, well, where else can you get that big of a halibut steak in the city? I don't think there's anywhere else.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a steak that size. And when James presented the idea to me, I certainly said, well, that sounds interesting enough. It's been a big hit. I think it was sold quite a bit of a weekend. And what a great way to share a piece of fish. Because normally you wouldn't want to share fish with somebody.
No.
But you usually get a tiny little piece.
Yes.
For people who have not been here before, you guys are open every day.
Every day for dinner from 4 p.m. when our chef's cocktail hour starts, and then from 5 o'clock for dinner. Run quite late on Friday and Saturdays, where we relaunch the cocktail hour in what's called a remix, where we do batch cocktails. We'll roll them up to your table, and people often comment when they walk into the room, "What a gorgeous room!" And it's true.
It is.
We really want to celebrate fine dining, but we don't want people to think formal dining. Formal is stuffy.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
And so we want the touches to be perfect. One of our tagline is really in the details, and that means we do everything to the best of our abilities and we do it right, but come and have fun.
That's great. Well, maybe next time you guys will invite me to the chef's part of it, the cocktail time, or is that just...
Well, or we could just... No, never mind.
No, absolutely. Yes. Well, we all argue about this and eat the food. We're going to come back later. We're going to have a nice after-dinner drink, of course, to wrap the show up. We're here at Atlas Steak and Fish. We'll be back with Richard one more time later in the show.
We're at the 20th anniversary of the Leo Awards. I am Tammy Gillis. You're watching Our City Tonight, and please tune in for the second season of Siren.
Klara, you are a fashion expert, and given what you're wearing, absolutely gorgeous outfit today.
Thank
Tell
you,
us a little
Lita.
bit about that.
Well, almost everything I'm wearing today has been bought on consignment. So the ring, bracelet, top, necklace, earrings, shoes, almost everything except the pants and my wedding ring have been bought on consignment. So
Well, you don't know about the wedding ring.
yeah, well, good point. Hope not. So I love consignment shopping. When we think of recycling, we don't always think of our closets, but in reality, we only wear about 20% of what's in our closet on a regular basis, and 85% of unwanted clothes end up in the landfill. So consignment shopping is a great way, obviously, to recycle, but there are some treasures to be found for sure in every consignment store.
Absolutely. Well, given what you look like, you look absolutely gorgeous. So, what is the difference between, say, consignment and thrift? Because I know thrift still has a little bit of a negative connotation. Consignment shops are popping up everywhere, and this is a great, gorgeous example.
It is a beautiful shop. So you're right. Thrift shopping is a little bit different. Consignment. Let's start with consignment shopping. So consignment shopping, we're looking for recognizable brands that are gently loved, in excellent condition, that are in style, in fashion. Thrift shopping is a little bit different. So things that are vintage, older, out of style, stained. Not as sort of presentable.
Real bargain deals.
Yeah, bargain deals, exactly. So, there is a bit of a difference.
Cool, and I love what Darren said, who runs this beautiful shop. She said that a lot of her clients can come in and find a really, really expensive outfit and pay a quarter, even a tenth of the price.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the ones that can't afford, can actually dress in those brands that maybe they were sort of, looking to dress in.
Absolutely. For those of us that love retail therapy, it's on a budget for every price point, for, every type of style. Clothing, shoes, jewelry, bags, it's all here.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to having you on another segment with City Vibes with Klara.
Thank you.
This episode of City Vibes is brought to you by Pura Maple Water, your natural hydration choice.
Well, if you're in Vancouver or watching in the rest of the country, we're on Granville Island, a great place to check out if you're visiting our city or just visiting from the suburbs. We're at one of the great places on the island called Performance Works, and I got to tell you, Lita, I know summer and hopefully warm weather has arrived when I hear music like this. Why are we here?
We are here for the International Jazz Festival. It's actually the 33rd annual, but tonight is their opening gala, and we're really excited.
We are. We're going to talk to the man behind it, a good friend of ours. We're also going to check out the party, which we'll do right now. Well, I'm glad I got a few minutes with my old friend John Orsic, who has so many titles that I'm just going to say one of the top guys at the Jazz Fest. That's the best way to do it. Johnny, I've known you for a long time, and as I said at the beginning, summer really begins for me when this fest starts. Can you talk a bit about the highlights that excite you about this year's festival?
Oh, there's so many, Jim. We've got 1,800 artists coming to Vancouver, you know, for 10 days. And people like Robert Plant. I remember going to Led Zeppelin when I was in my teens and almost getting on stage right beside Jimmy Page's Marshall amp. And now, if you would have told me then that I'd be booking Robert Plant for the Jazz Festival, I would have said, nah, you're crazy. So, I mean, he's one of the highlights for sure. You've got people like Mackenzie Gray, who's like one of the great R&B singers, you know, that absolutely blows my mind. And as far as, you know, young emerging talent, the saxophonist from Los Angeles, Kamasi Washington, who is playing with Kendrick Lamar and John Legend, Snoop Dogg, Shaka Khan, and now leading his own killer 13-piece band. And that's just not even scratching the surface when it comes to the music.
Yeah, and I must say, one of the great things you guys have done over the years is you evolve, you bring in new stuff. I mean, you've got the plants, and it's a real nice blend that I think gives something to everybody. And speaking of that, we should mention, maybe a lot of people out there don't realize, this is great music, but it also contributes a lot of good other than just great music. And you talk about some of the spill-off that this festival helps support?
Well, we're a non-profit, Coastal Jazz, so we're very much interested in education and outreach. You know, bringing in those next generations of musicians and people who appreciate jazz and its history. So we have a program called the TD High School Jazz Intensive, you know, which is great. We pick the best high school students, put them together. A mentor from Chicago, this year it's Tamika Reed is going to do it, and she mentors these kids for a week, and then they have the big show at the closing weekend at David Lamb Park, and it's just a gas to watch the kids just play their hearts out.
That's the future right there, so it's good that they're being a part of it. John, I know you got a busy night here. I want to thank you for stopping and talking with us, and again, congratulations on 33rd year, and for having more titles than anybody I've ever met before, but they're all deserving.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Christian Jules LeBlanc from The Young and the Restless, and we are watching Our City Tonight. I hope you are too, aren't you?
Well, we're back here at the BlackBird, and we're heading into late spring, early summer, and really excited to try some new summer wines here with Christa Lee.
Yeah, what are we trying first, Chris?
So, absolutely, right? You want fresh, fruity, new releases. So, I brought our 2016 Gewürztraminer, which we've just released. So, this is grown 100% on site at the winery in Summerland. Our vineyard overlooks the lake. We've got a restaurant, a beautiful setting. Gewürztraminer is, first of all, it's hard to say. So a lot of people don't order it.
After a couple drinks, I can't. There's no way. I can't even say it's sober.
Well, if you break it into two, Gewürz means spice in German, and it's got a spicy characteristic. And Traminer is the area in which it was originally grown. So that's how the grape got its name. So it's got a little spiciness to it. Usually it has a little rose petal characteristic, and I don't care for that. It reminds me of my grandmother's bathroom, so I don't like that. I like this. It's got more lychee nut, pink grapefruit. It's beautiful with like a Thai curry or Indian food, or something that's got a little spice to it.
Oh,
that's lovely.
I do taste the rose, though.
A little bit of rose hip, exactly, but not overpowering, right?
And I can sense your grandmother's bathroom too, actually.
No, but not soapy. It's not soapy,
right? And sometimes can be overly perfumey, so yeah.
And because it's got a spice to it, you're saying that it's good with spiced food.
Absolutely,
spice. Really?
Yeah. So again, it's got a little bit of residual sugar to it and great acidity, beautiful with a cheese board, fruit platter, but yeah, some spice.
Okay.
Curries.
Rosé. I love rosé. You have another rosé for us.
Rosé,
oh my
exactly.
God.
We're big rosés. I love pink, right?
Yes.
So yes.
Perfect.
So this is our Evolve Rosé, our 2016. Again, just released. This is 100% Merlot and grown right on site at the winery in Summerland as well. And so Merlot, it's got some great strawberry characteristic to it, some watermelon, very fresh. It's a little bit sweet on the front palate, but then finishes with this lovely acidity. So to me, it's a little bit like a Jolly Rancher. Sweet at front, a little bit sour at the
Nice, okay.
Perfectly paired with something with a cream sauce, something with sun-dried tomatoes, pork dishes. You know, just a patio on a hot day.
Exactly.
So-
Perfectly paired with a patio. I think
Exactly.
that's, yeah.
Which I think will be our next segment. We're heading to patio country very, very soon. Hey, thanks for coming on as always. And we're here at BlackBird, a great place to check out downtown. And cheers.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
Rosé.
Happy
Thank you.
spring.
Cheers.
Happy spring.
Happy spring, and we're heading into summer.
Summer soon.
This segment of Spirits Up was brought to you by Evolve Cellars and Time Winery.
Cheers. Well, we're back here at the Atlas Steak and Fish where we began our city tonight. And of course, we're here with Richard. We've had a lovely meal, but we're going to wrap the show up soon. Before we leave, what exactly are we going to sample now?
Well, you know, the thing is, when you have a great meal at the end, you can sometimes feel like you're sufficiently siphonsified, and anything more would be superfluous to your capacity. So
That's a lot of big words.
It is.
Hey, that's far too
I
intelligent.
had I saw a thesaurus this morning. Anyway, so we want to finish off with something that's going to help with digestion, or that's just going to be a little rounding out of the evening. So I've got a Basil Hayden's bourbon on the rocks. I've got Casamigos tequila, which is our lovely friend George Clooney's tequila.
Right on.
It's the $1 billion tequila now, by the way. And then this is a Quinta de Crasto late bottle vintage port.
Excellent. And so you actually have a specific cart that comes around, and sort of like the dessert cart. This is the adult dessert cart.
Well, you come here because you don't want to have to do anything, so we figure we might as well bring the booze to you.
Well, cheers, actually, and thank you for a wonderful time here at Atlas Steak and Fish. And you can find them online at what?
At atlassteakandfish.com.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Okay, well, we're going to sample this and take off. I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leapin.
And from Atlas Steak and Fish and our city tonight, we will see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers again.